Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. It's your boy, Mr. Esoteric, and hey, I'm excited to be here on today. Listen, so on today's broadcast, we're going to talk about the fact that you already possess what it is that you're looking for. Right? A lot of people on their spiritual journey are constantly in pursuit of trying to um, identify themselves, right? From a spiritual perspective. A lot of people get caught up in that pursuit of constantly, jumping from one thing to the next, trying to find out where it is that they fit in. And one of the things that we don't realize is that we came into this earth fully equipped for what it is that we've been sent here to do, which I like to call our soul purpose. We've already been equipped. Everything that we need is located on the inside of us. The problem is when you look for an outside force or source to validate you, you are literally running against the grain. You're pushing against the goad. You're pushing against the flow, the direction of the energy that you already possess, right? And your energy is already equipped and is ready to flow and to launch in the direction of your soul purpose. That's where energy flows the easiest when you are moving with your soul purpose. Everything begins to flow. Things begin to happen. The problem is when you're outside of that, it makes things very challenging, make things very difficult. You open yourself up to making things harder for you in life in general. In most cases, that's what all of us have done at some point or time. If you're not there, even right now, right? You've find yourself you've been in a place where you've trying to make something happen, and but the one of the reasons that it's more challenging than it even has to be is because you're pushing against the grain. You're pushing against who you are and what you've been sent to do. And so one of the things that causes us to do it is it will send you on a search, right? Especially if you feel like there's an emptiness, if there's a place where I'm feeling there's a detachment, there's something is off here, right? It'll send you searching, it'll send you looking. But all along, one of the things that we have to realize is that we were created by the Most High with everything that we need to equip us. We've been equipped for this journey. We've been sent on. We're sent into the earth with everything that we need, and it's located down on the inside of you. Religion tries to make you look for outside forces to satisfy you or to advance you. However, the real force, God Himself, lives in His dwelling on the inside of you. And many of you heard me say that. I say that like all the time. He's not. We don't have to look up to the sky. We don't have to look all around. God is within. He's in you. He's ready to activate. He speaks here from your head in your head chakra. His place of dwelling. Right. That conscious mind must remain open to be able to receive and be able to hear what it is that He's saying to you. And so one of the things that I find that many people usually get caught up in is they go chasing after groups, they go chasing after teachers, any form of leadership. They go chasing after these people, and they're trying to gain their identity through the person that they're chasing, right? And you're not going to find your personal identity in someone else. It's already on the inside of you, right? The problem is that we keep looking for outward validation, outward acceptance, and it causes problems. It will delay your manifestation. You have to begin to learn to look within. You have to speak to the God within you. You have to call on your ancestors that dwell in your bloodline, in your bloodstream. Literally, this is what the DNA in you is speaking. The DNA in your blood speaks. This is one of the reasons that the wow, if you're a reader of the Bible, it talks about when the story of when Cain killed Abel. uh, he talks about how uh, uh, Abel's blood cried out, right? It spoke to him because the DNA is alive. The DNA doesn't go anywhere. The DNA, life is in the blood, right? So we have to understand that we carry our ancestors right on the inside of us and are running in our veins and our DNA, and the DNA is understanding scientifically from a scientific perspective. DNA is scientific information, is a body of information that dwells within you. That's literally what DNA is. That's why they can trace people and trace things using DNA, because the DNA is a body of information that resides within everyone's blood. And so we must understand, and we must come to the acceptance that our ancestors, the DNA that we carry, they are still alive today in us, living through us, looking to offer influence unto us, because the DNA is speaking. That your blood is constantly speaking. It's in conversation. The and it manifests itself through your intuition. When your intuition is alive and active, right? When you have an active intuition, it's literally your ancestors are speaking to you because they've already gone ahead of you. They've seen things. They know things. So if you're open to receive that, you're going to be able to get great direction. We have to get to a place where we have to literally utilize everything that God or the Most High or the Source has designed for us to use. Right? We have to learn. We have to accept it. A lot of things, religion has demonized a lot of the tools that are set for us to use. Right? The religion has demonized that, demonized the tools, demonized everything, telling you everything. Telling you everything that your ancestors, or that was originally left for us, and the originally that our ancestors even used. When I speak of ancestors, I'm talking about from centuries and centuries ago. I'm talking about from the beginning of time, right? And how they found God, and how they followed God, how they saw God through nature. They learned of Him through nature. Anything that goes against nature is not of God. If you can't validate it through nature, you need to leave it alone. Right? It's a ploy. It's a trick. It's not something that you should be even focusing on in this point of your life. Right? So we have to begin to understand that nature is the true validator of the essence of God. And so we have to begin to really begin to rotate, begin to look within. Right? We're going to dig deep down on the inside of us. The only reason you should be reading books, listening to great teachers, reading information concerning spiritual matters or concerning yourself, is to these are tools just to help validate what's already on the inside of you. Validate and identify. Identify is the word that I want. These things, you read books, then let me say this. I am an avid reader of books. I read a lot of books. I get a lot of information, right? But I only read those books to help me be able to identify things within me that are part of my spiritual journey, that are part of my awakening, the things that I'm supposed to gather up and begin and use these as tools, begin to understand, and it helps open my enlightenment. It helps keep me outside of a place of being bewildered, even though there's always these all moments that do occur. Because I study, because I read books, because I listen to other great leaders and teachers who have had experiences ahead of me, I'm able to help identify and able to see what is literally going on. And that's the reason, I even want to encourage you. It's good to read books. It's good to listen to other teachers and things who have gone ahead and had different experiences. And then when you're reading or when you're listening to them, you say, you have aha moment. Yeah, I had that happen. That's what that was. I was wondering how that was. See, it's like it helps you go along your pathway. But I want you guys, but at the end of the day, everything you need is already within you. It's alive, it's ready, it's available. All you got to do is tap in, learn to identify, learn to identify every sign, every symbol, learn to identify every dream, learn to identify. Things aren't just happening just to be happening. The universe is trying to get things to you, but you're missing the signs. Things are going right past you because you're missing the signs. You're not in a place of expectation. You're not expecting things to happen. You have to live a life of expectation, expecting certain things to happen, certain good to happen. Understanding every situation is not meant to demolish you, but to bring you into a place of correction and to divine alignment where you can move to where God has called you to go, be and do and have everything He's called you to have. So with that being said, listen, I want you guys to continue to tap within. Thank you so much for tuning in on today. Listen, I'm gonna much is coming, a lot of great things in store. I'm gonna be dealing with a lot of other great, awesome topics. This your boy, Mr. Esoteric. Peace.